Hello, it's Brian Malow, live from Lindau, Germany, where it's the 7th Lindau Meeting of Economic Sciences. And I'm speaking to one of the 330 young economists participating this year. A little shout out to the 80 online participants. And I'm speaking to one of the 250 that are here on site with about a dozen Nobel laureates. And it's Daisuke Adachi, who is an assistant professor in Denmark at Aarhus University?
Yes.
Aarhus University?
Aarhus University.
Danish, tough language, sorry. Didn't mean to butcher it. And so you're an assistant professor.
Yes, I am.
In what exactly? What type of economist are you?
Yeah, so I'm working on international economics and labor economics. So I'm looking into the effect of globalization on the employment, of the condition of the workers in each country.
In each country, so not limited to one country. You look at this across different countries.
Depending on the research question, but I'm not constrained by the destination country of a research. So I'm in general interested in how the change in the world situation and the technology situation is affecting workers.
Yeah. What sorts of research questions?
So specifically, I'm currently looking into the effect of automation. Okay. So the change in the technology that was so some of the tasks are done by human in the past, but currently it's done by some new machines such as industrial robots. And is that really a beneficial thing to the society, beneficial thing to the worker, or could it be harmful to some set of workers? So that's and I'm trying to answer these questions using the data that I collect.
Yeah. So when automation, would that include self-driving cars?
It could include self-driving car. It's a very nascent stage. It's kind of hard for me to get the data at this moment, but it definitely is included in my research question.
Because I don't know much about this either, but I've heard that this could be a monumental change. If self-driving cars become a real reality. The trucking industry is a tremendous sector of the.
So that's actually a great point in the sense that we have to be really careful about what kind of workers, what kind of people, what kind of industries are affected by whatever the technology you think about. This is a great example of a specific technology affecting a specific set of people, workers. And I guess given some set of data, I'd like to really ask the question of the working condition of the truck drivers. What's the employment condition? Do they go unemployed? And what's the impact on that local area where those automatic driving technology kicks in?
Yeah. But I mean, I guess that's interesting challenges when you have like the typewriter repairman. When in the age of computers, or like typewriters have disappeared, but you can't stop that progress. It's not like you can't. There's going to be problems like that.
So normally we don't necessarily stop all the technological progress. It's so overall process is pretty much out of control. We might be able to do a little bit of the work to maybe slow down or speed up a little bit by designing the public policy in a correct way.
Yeah.
So I guess that's what the economists work in this dimension.
Well, I just saw a little blurb that said in San Francisco, I think a restaurant just opened. That's the first fully automated restaurant.
Okay. Yeah.
And so that's a new thing.
Yeah, they're actually.
But what are you? Is it mostly things like Amazon warehouses and?
Good. That's a really good example of a recent use of industrial robots. The typical example I'm looking into in my research is the production of manufactured goods such as automobile. So there are a lot of industrial robots producing, let's say, car body in the production plant. And so my question basically is, what does it do to the workers that used to be hired in the production plant? And what does it mean to the society that they are belonging to?
Yeah, so what used to be an assembly line with a whole bunch of humans is like no humans now.
No humans at all. So it's actually an astonishing change in the last, depending on the part of the world, in the last 20 or 30 years, the reduction in the number of the workers in a specific area of this production has been significant, right? So that is presumably affecting in a negative way to that set of the workers, but it could be beneficial to the different set of workers who are, doing peripheral tasks in this production plant, or it could be, maybe directly producing the employment for the workers who are producing or managing robots.
Right, who builds the robots?
Exactly. So,
but someday they'll be replaced by robots building robots to build robots.
Very good question.
Right?
Who knows?
So, did you always know that you wanted to be an economist? And what was it that hooked you and made you like economics?
Yeah, I thought the first time I got interest in economics is when I read a book about kind of introductory economics, which is basically using a very, very simple math. And I really liked math. It looks beautiful to me when I was a high school kid.
Yeah.
And I was also interested in how the society works, how the society is knitted in the way it is. So I felt like this match of a understanding of society using the very simple mathematical tools. It sometimes gets too complicated, but it looks beautiful to me. So that was how.
When you say the math looks beautiful, are you thinking of calculus?
I was saying many parts: calculus, statistics, analysis. All of them I really liked.
Excellent. Do you think? Is there something you think? Is it important for the general public to have a better understanding of economics?
It is in a sense, because typically we think about at the really low level, at the public level. The discussion needs to be time constrained. You have to be really, really clear about something, which sometimes lose the preciseness. But I think understanding a little bit of the essence of the economics is really helpful in guiding those discussions. So I agree.
Let's cheat a little this way.
Yeah.
And let's talk about the meeting a little bit. And some people that some of our audience might be potential future attendees here at the meeting.
Yes.
So tell me how you first heard about the meeting.
Yeah.
And what was the application process like? And
yes.
And just but when did you first even hear about the existence of this place?
Lovely. So I had my friends when I was in the US, when I was doing my PhD. I had my friend in medicine, which is completely different in my field. So I was fortunate enough to have that friend who is the alumni of this meeting. And she mentioned this event to me, and she was super happy. She was super excited about the experience in this event. So I felt like, okay, I should try this one as well.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And then, so you applied, and tell me what it was like when you found out that you were accepted. Were you excited?
It is a very exciting thing. When I was a PhD student, I don't have that much of experience of getting accepted by something, and I got acceptance email. And I don't know, when I was solving a kind of complex model or something, and I was super excited about that on that day.
And so before you got here, what were you anticipating, and were there any laureates that you were looking forward to meeting, maybe because of their work is influential to you or interesting?
Yes. Yeah. So as I mentioned, I'm interested in labor economics, and there are some laureates in the same field, and I'm super interested in talking to Christopher Pissarides, who was awarded Nobel Prize for developing a search theory in labor economics. So I'm actually having an official event in talking to him later this event, which I'm super interested in, excited about. And but on top of that, I very much I really want to talk to my friends, right?
Yeah.
My fellow economists, young economists, because they are who are developing a new knowledge in this field. And then I really want to share what's the current thought about.
We can step back a little.
Yeah, no problem.
We got traffic going by here. You know what? I should have tried to grab her. Countess Bettina
Yeah.
just walked by. Did you see her? Countess Bettina, her father is one of the co-founders of the Lindau Meeting 71 years ago.
Yeah.
Her father is one of the two co-founders of this meeting.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
And
yeah, so I really want to talk to my So I've already had a lot of great.
Yeah, today's the
chances of-
second day, so you've
already
met a lot of people.
Exactly. So I've already met a lot of more than 10 people who is working in a similar field, sometimes in a distant field. It's great to share our knowledge. If you're in a near field, I really can learn a lot about technique about research. If you are in a distant field, I'm really happy to listen to their story.
And have you already had any specific highlights? Have you met any laureates or anything else? I know you just said you've had really fruitful meetings with some of the young attendees. Any other highlights? Any sessions?
Yeah.
I mean, we're only 2 days into it, and we have more of the meeting, 3 more days to come.
Exactly.
But any sessions that were inspiring or interesting to you?
Yeah. So, for example, yes, there are a lot. And for example, today in the morning, I had a Josh Angry's talk in the very first beginning of this day. It was about performing the causal analysis in using the natural experiment, and the parts I specifically liked was about the use of the visual aid in performing a complex causal analysis, which he called as a visual instrumental variable. That was a new concept to me, but it looked, shockingly new idea to me, which was inspiring to me. I'm still kind of thinking about how I should understand that technique. So,
well, that's an even newer idea to me, and I'm not quite sure what you mean because I'm not very knowledgeable in economics. But
I'm not used to that idea. No?
Yeah, okay. So let me ask you something. Like you, especially since this stuff about automation.
Yeah.
I, in general, most of my life have been an optimist.
Okay.
But there's so many disturbing trends in not only like how we react to climate change, but wealth disparities and consolidation of industries into fewer and fewer entities, and the what it's going to mean for all that automation. I mean, that automation in one way it's amazing, it's progress.
Yes.
But it has social consequences. So I just wonder, are you an optimist about the future?
I think so. Very good question. Tricky to answer. Regarding the new technology, I am very, very optimistic about the future. We are seeing accelerated speed of technological change, which is, on average, so far, improving our life. Reducing the prices of whatever you buy, whatever you experience. But at the same time, I see it's more of a problem of a society, how we adopt those technology, how we allocate those technological rights to people, to entities that you mentioned. That is more of a problem, and we have to be really cautious about how we can implement the benefit that the new technology can bring.
So does that mean you're an optimist or a pessimist?
Exactly. So that's why I thought it's a tricky question.
It's a tricky question.
It is a tricky question.
Yeah. Is there something you wish more people understood about economics?
Good question. I think the keyword is economics is really broad. We are not interested in the stock market only. We are looking into, for example, in my case, I am looking into employment of daily people. Whoever I meet, I really think about what this person is making his or her life, what is his or her working environment, and what is his life condition in general. And we are looking. So many economists are looking into many diversified goal, so to speak. So I guess we are looking into society as a whole. So it is not the financial market that we are only looking at, but we are trying to understand how the society works when the people are behaving as their own, and as a result, what should we do as a society? That's our ultimate question. So I guess the bottom line is we are much closer than the general public thinks who we are.
Well, thank you for taking the time to talk to me.
Thanks to you.
And I'm sure you'll have a wonderful rest of the meeting. There's so
Exactly.
much more we're not even halfway through.
Not yet. Not yet.
It's exhausting and full, but really exciting.
It is exhausting, exciting. Absolutely, it is.
And then, when you leave here, then you can join the Lindau Alumni Network. And because connecting is so much a part of it, you feel like you've met some people that you'll keep in touch with and maybe even collaborate with?
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. I'm super looking forward. Yeah. I've already met some people who are, working similar stuff that I am doing. So I'm very, very, very much interested in talking to him in 1 month to start to initiate a collaboration.
Yeah. And you know what? Let's flip around and say, in the sky, if we can see it, there's one, the Zeppelin factory. There's a Zeppelin right up there over your head there.
Yes.
Which we get to see all the time, but it's so magical. Like Zeppelins are such a rare thing.
Yeah.
But the Zeppelin factory is just
Over there.
not too far from
Not
here.
too far from
yeah,
here,
Yeah,
no.
So that's cool.
Yeah.
Just a little Zeppelin sighting, and we will be back. Thank you so much for talking to me.
Thank
and
you
we
very
will be
much.
back with more live interviews from the 7th Lindau